Hello guys, welcome back. I'm super excited to be here and to talk about rugs with you guys. We're in Kansas City at Nebraska Furniture Mart in Kansas. So you guys can actually get online. If you see something that you see today, you can get online and order these rugs. One of the things that I really want to talk about is the size of the rug. Everybody seems to have a really big trouble with that, really getting the size to be completely right. So when you're doing your living room, you want all of the furniture, actually the front of the feet of the furniture to be on the rug. So if you have all your furniture and you're laying it down and you're looking at your house and you think, how big do I have to go for my living room? You're gonna want those pieces of furniture touching the rug. That's a minimum. So if you have a rug in your living room, this is something you can check today. If you have something in there, check all your furniture and see if it's touching the rug, the front feet of it. If it's not, you need to go back and redo it. Take it back, look at really upgrading your rugs, because the one thing that I see that everybody does, especially in living rooms, is they go way too small. And what it does is it looks like it cheapens the room. No matter how pretty the furniture is, the layout, you have to go a little bit bigger. And it's kind of like artwork. I always guys tell you, go a little bigger because everybody goes smaller with that, okay? Another tip that I want you to do when you're actually going to buy a rug is to measure. Set your furniture in the place that you have it and then measure how big that should be with everything. That's a minimum that the feet on the back, on the front, touch the rug, okay? So that's really important. Another thing I want you to do is to take your samples with you. When you're going to any kind of rug place, because this can be way overwhelming, guys, so that you get the note, you know basically the size. I can't talk, I think. You know the size, and then you have your samples. It really does help, ladies, when you're having your samples, like your paint samples and things like that. If you have any other fabrics in there that is wanting to coordinate with it, make sure you take those samples with you, okay? That will save you so much time and effort with that. And I'm going to show you, look how the sizes are very, it's very deceiving, because look how big this is. An average for each room, I would say an average is a 10 by 8, 8 by 10, however you want to say that. But look at this one. This one's a little bit bigger, and it's a 10 by 12. It's almost actually 10 by 13. But look how big this actual piece of rug is. I mean, so it's very deceiving when you look at them on the display like this. Make sure that you're looking at the right sizes and that you've already measured for that. So if you know that you need a 10 by 13, this is your section, okay? Because there's multitudes of section, as you can look back through here. They have runners, they have smaller ones, they have 5 by 8s, they have all kinds of things. So make sure that you're doing that and you're looking at the size that you need, which is so important, okay? You can step back, you can take your samples and see if they'll work with the rug that you're looking at, which is so helpful, guys. If you have a little bit of that color in there, then you know you're in the right section. And you know, it's really perfect to see them hanging up like this, because you can actually see the pattern of them, which is so helpful too, because there's been several that we've looked at and we're like, not the pattern. It looks like a fish. It looks like an animal head. It looks like this, it looks like that. So it's really important to make sure that when you're doing these things that you look at all the different angles.
Exactly.
What is it? And touch, yes. And the biggest thing is touch. It is so funny. I remember our girls, when I would go look for rugs, they would take their shoes off and they would sit and they would walk on them and tell me if they liked the feeling on their feet, because that's so important. Okay, so another thing, guys, it's very important to really want a nylon that's really good, because it's basically like a carpet. So the more money you pay, you get what you pay for. So what I say with that, if you have, a household that's not very busy, you can go with a less expensive one for your living room. If you have a really big household that really works, and you've got lots of kids and animals and things like that, you get what you pay for. So if you have a busy household, pay for a little bit more, and also make sure that they're Scotch guarded and that they have a warranty with them, because that's really important, guys. And I have had really good luck with the warranties that I have gotten from Nebraska Furniture Mart here. If you spill something, they will either come out and clean it, and if they can't clean it, then they will replace it. So that's really important. I do get asked that a lot. One of the sections that I love to show you too is the runners, because runners can go pretty much in kitchens, down hallways, and things like that. And they have a huge selection. But like, once again, if you're pulling up your samples, this is the only sample I had with me today, so it's alabaster. But if you have your samples out, it's going to help you know if it goes with it, which this is a white, so it's going to pretty much go with about everything. But once again, it's super important to look at the size before you leave the house. Measure with a tape measure so that you know reference about what size you're going to need on that. And that's really important to know that. And that the front of the legs need to be facing on or being placed on the rug. And if you don't have that, then you need to change your rug so you can go shopping. So there you go. And if you kind of can't go out and you can't go to a place like this at Nebraska Furniture Mart to go get your rugs, then another thing you could do is look online. If you know the size and you know the colors that you're looking for, just get online and order it here. I've done it for many, many, many clients, and let me tell you, it has turned out perfect. But make sure you're looking at all the colors and dialogues, and really, I would honestly tell you, the best thing is to go in person, because colors really change in pictures, okay? So if you can, go in person, check those out. They have a huge selection here. This is my #1 place that I love to get rugs. When I did the last house, what was that called? The last house was what? The Emma House? The Emma House. When I did that, you guys loved that rug. I get tons of questions on that rug, and it was bought here. And I took my samples, and it turned out beautiful. Okay, so if you have any questions about rugs and living rooms, leave them below, and I'll try to answer those. And yeah, happy shopping.